Okay. Okay, so here's what happened. So a man was arrested after throwing drink at a smoothie shop employee following his son's allergic reaction. Okay. So a Connecticut man has been arrested and lost his job after a video surfaced of him yelling at employees at a smoothie shop Saturday, where he claimed his son received a drink with peanut butter, causing a severe allergic reaction that sent him to the hospital. According to the Fairfield police, James Iazano, I don't know, picked up smoothies at a smoothie place on Saturday afternoon, soon called 911 for an EMS response. Okay. And soon after called 911 for EMS response for a juvenile suffering from an allergic reaction. The juvenile was later transported to the area hospital. A short time later, Lozano returned to the smoothie place, yelling at the employees, demanded to know who had made the smoothie, who complained contained peanuts, causing his son to have an allergic reaction. When employees could not provide him with the answer, he became irate, yelling at the employees, using a number of expletives. Playing the police statement said he then threw a drink at an employee, which hit their right shoulder. The employee reported they had no complaints or pain of injury. He made the comments towards an employee referencing their immigration status. Police said they do. Okay. Refused to leave. He tried opening the employees only area, and attorney Lozano said that Lozano placed his order at the smoothie place. He told employees it must not contain peanuts, and his recipe reflected that order should not contain peanut butter, but he wholeheartedly regrets the incident. When faced with the dire situation for his son, his parental instinct kicked in, blah, 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 blah. Employees later, investigators told him Lozano never told him about the peanut allergy, but only asked that there be no peanuts butter in his drink. Well, that's kind of similar. Okay. In the video shared widely on social media, man later identified as Lozano is seen yelling at the store employee who made the drink and can be yelling expletives. Okay. Police left the scene before he got there, but he later turned himself in with no incident. He was charged with intimidation based on bigotry or bias in the second degree, Easter peace in the second degree, okay, et cetera, et cetera. The Roberts, our priority is to protect both the store. Remember, okay. For instance, zero policy for some behavior. We were thinking, okay, yeah. So here's the thing. This is one of those things. First and foremost, like I when people talk about this, nobody seems to talk about it within the context that like he is justifiably angry. He is justifiably angry, but that doesn't validate what he did, right? So let's personalize it a little bit, because what he did was so 100% wrong. He asked for a smoothie with no peanut butter, and they put peanut butter in it. Now, we don't know the extent at which the peanut butter got in there. You're going to a smoothie place. I don't really know how much you can expect them to not put peanut butter in something. That's the problem. Is that my understanding when it comes to like peanut allergies? It can be very difficult to make sure nothing has contacted a peanut. And I don't know the severity of his son's peanut allergy. If your son has a super big, like horrible peanut allergy, you shouldn't be going to a smoothie place. But they also might have had a lesser one, which means that they could probably tolerate very little amounts of it. So actively putting peanut butter in something could really fuck them up. From what I saw, it was in there because they didn't use the special no peanut blend. Okay, so apparently there's a peanut. So apparently there's a blender specifically for no peanuts. Okay. Either way, the guy's justifiably angry. I'm hoping he had like an EpiPen or something to be able to stop it, but that doesn't validate the response. I could understand being angry. I could understand going there. I could understand yelling, not the expletives, but just yelling, and then I could understand demanding talking to a manager. Those are things that are totally reasonable. Going there, screaming, yelling, not the expletives, and saying that he wants a manager. Those are things that I absolutely think are totally fine. But obviously it went way too far. So.
Irate caught on camera. A financial advisor arrested after an explosive confrontation with workers using anti-immigrant slurs and accusing them of messing up his son's smoothie and sending him into allergic shock. Steve Osunsami is in Atlanta with more on this story.
Oh, of course, we're going to be talking. I want to see the full fucking video. Let's see if I can find the full video. This looks. Oh, this is. I don't want to watch an Inside Edition or a CBS New York or a Fox News or any of this stuff.
Oh, we don't know who made it. So.
All right, so this is all information, I guess. This is the reason why people do not want to do customer service. And then they
know who made it. There's 4 of us here, so we honestly don't know.
Fucking stupid, fucking ignorant high school kids.
Okay, bye.
That's fine. Calling him a stupid, fucking ignorant. I think he said ignorant there, not immigrant there.
Bye. Okay, you can call corporate whenever you want. Goodbye. Jam stop. You're on camera. No, I don't care.
Give it to me right now.
What?
Is this the beginning of the TikTok, or is this the middle of the altercation? I wonder.
Calling the police. I'm calling the police.
Fuck you. I want the fucking telephone number right now.
Please don't yell at us.
Yeah.
Don't videotape me.
Okay, hold on. I want to get the start of this.
Please don't yell at us.
Yeah.
Don't videotape me.
You have no room to yell at us.
I want to speak to the person who made this drink. Is that you?
No, it
we
wasn't
don't know
me.
who made it,
You
so
don't know who made it?
there's 4 of us here, so we honestly don't know.
Stupid ignorant high school kids.
Oh, so close to the start of the altercation. Okay. He came in demanding to talk to the person who made it, which obviously, even if you knew based on how angry this guy is, there's no reason that you should tell it who made the drink.
Okay,
I
bye.
want to speak to the
Bye. Okay, you can call corporate whenever you want. Goodbye.
Gianna, stop. Gianna.
No, I don't care.
Okay, they're censoring too much. We're going back to the original one.
Gianna,
All right.
I'm calling the police.
No, I don't care.
Give it to me right now.
So he goes to. So she looks like she walks away to give the number, to find the number for him. And then he decides to throw something at her.
Right now.
So he says, "Give it to me right now." If you hear her, she says, "Yup."
No, I don't care.
Give it to me right now.
He says, "Yup," and he walks away. And to get it for him. And then he decides to throw something at her with horrible accuracy.
I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police.
Yeah. Do you think that the kids have any sort of accountability in how they were acting, seeing how unprofessional they were acting? They don't seem to be handling it very well. Well, let's first of all acknowledge that they're kids. And second of all, like he can yell, he can scream at the kids and call them dumb, ignorant fucks. I have no problem with that. Right? But like when you start the throwing that's an act of violence, right? So let's acknowledge that. He threw something at them. And like, yeah, that's where he starts to lose it. The anger is fine, man. He's screaming at them because his kid has an allergic reaction. I'm totally fine with that. But like, you're an adult. You need to handle yourself like a fucking adult.
I want the fucking telephone number right now.
Gianna,
I want the telephone number. Shut the fuck up.
And now he's gonna try to like fucking like storm the place. Like it's way too much.
You can call corporate whenever you want. Bye.
You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, good for you. Bye.
I want the
Bye.
fucking number.
Bye.
Shut up.
You shut up. You're not gonna tell me to shut up. The fuck? Who are you? Who are you?
Fucking immigrant loser.
What?
Why would he call her an immigrant loser? I just don't understand.
You.
Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! You're going to jail! You're going to jail, you racist piece of shit!
Yeah, I mean, if someone called my daughter stupid at work, I'd also tell them to go off on them too. Yeah, I'd tell them to yell at
Bro,
them.
call the police now.
I want the telephone number.
One of the things that like I do kind of notice, like in all honesty, is I genuinely doubt that this would have happened if there was a man working there, like possibly like a young man, but even like a grown man. Not for nothing, because you have a situation of like 4 young girls over here with like one man yelling in their face and like bullying the shit out of them. He has every right to yell, but like a lot of times when you see a lot of men who will yell at women, but they don't maintain the same energy. Like Fresh and Fit, those are the kind of guys who will like insult women, but they'll be like, they'll be too afraid to like even talk to a man. Like they're cowards, that disagree with their perspective. Right. So like that's one of the things that bothers me. It's like it seems like but I can't prove that, but it just feels that way because I know men. I know how loud, obnoxious fucking men have. Like if my kid had an allergic reaction, I would make sure my kid was okay, and I would absolutely be pissed, and I would absolutely show up there. I'd say, listen, my son had an allergic reaction to one of you guys making the drink. I don't care who it is though. I want your corporate number, and that's the way that I would operate in that capacity. I doubt I would fucking, because this is very premeditated if you think about it. So he had a situation where his son had an allergic reaction, and then he got into the hospital, I think, and then he came all the way back here, which means you've maintained all that anger through the entire thing. You are justified in being angry, but also from like a societal perspective, you need to handle your emotions. You cannot be an emotional person. So you're allowed to yell or whatever, but like you can't threaten violence. And that's what happened here. He threatened violence. He threw something at them, and then he tries to get in the door here. Yeah, they might have handled this. I honestly, it's more likely that they fucked up and they put peanut butter in there when they shouldn't have, more than anything else. Kids are dumb, irresponsible pieces of shit. They probably did it being lazy or something. I don't know. But still, like, you know, unless he, you know, they were trying to kill his son. Do you think that they were like, I'm going to kill this guy? Do you think that they're like, you know what, I'm going to fucking kill this guy's son. I'm going to put peanut, you know what I mean? I don't think that was their reaction to the situation.
Like, fuck out of here. Respectfully, fuck out of here. You're bugging. Go left.
Respectfully, fuck out of here.
You're bugging.
My fucking son's almost in the fucking hospital.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Like, you're literally bugging.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
You're bugging.
My fucking son's almost in the fucking hospital.
Okay, so his son was almost in the hospital? Okay, so, okay. It makes it a little less justifiable to me then. So his son had the allergic reaction, and then he EpiPenned the kid, and then the kid's okay. Right? It's still fucked up. I would totally call corporate. Now, if his son had died, and he was in here doing this, I would be like, I get it. You know, even if it's not right. But, you know, yeah.
Like, you're literally bugging.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
You're bugging.
My fucking son's almost in the fucking hospital.
Yeah, almost in the hospital. You know what I mean? That is a little different. You're supposed to go to the hospital after injecting the EpiPen. So if that's true, then, like, let's say that the mom went with the kid and he decided to go here and yell at them. You know, like, get the corporate number, go there if you want. You're a boomer, you don't know how to use a phone, that's totally fine. But register a complaint. They have a manager at the store. Tell them that they have to get their manager on the line and get them there because of what happened. But I mean, you're a grown man screaming with a 16-year-old girl. I imagine she's like 16. Like, this is embarrassing for you.
Rosie, that's Fairfield.
On Blackhawk Turnpike.
So the problem is that at one point, this one girl was walking away to get him a phone number, and he threw something at one of them. So you no longer, like, now it's it's completely justifiable for them to say, get out of here. You're not getting a phone number because you incited violence. Like, you threw something at them. Like, that's a violent action. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if the drink would have hurt them if it hit them. If I spit in your face, let's say that instead of that, he spit on one of them. Do you think that it would be okay for them to tell him that you left? Like, yes, because spitting is an act of violence. It doesn't matter if it hurts. It just matters if it's an act of violence. This is an irate person.
Yeah, I'm just looking up. Your fucking telephone number is fucking busy.
Okay, Corey, goodbye.
Yeah, I mean,
Give me your phone. Goodbye. You could get out of my store now.
Gianna, give me your phone.
That's your way forever. Honestly, I really don't care.
He's white. No, don't. Call Rosie. Is he still there? You talk to her. I'm sorry?
Rosie, somebody's in here and he's freaking cursing us out. And he threw a smoothie at us. He's threatening us. He tried to come behind this door.
The fuck? My wife ran into the house to take a shit.
We're calling the cops. He won't leave. He keeps screaming at us.
He won't leave.
Because I don't know. Do you hear him? He called Gianna an immigrant. And I'm recording it also. I'm calling the cops.
Yeah,
he threw the smoothie at us. He's trying to jump over the thing. He's trying to threaten us.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think he lost his job. You know, that's your fucking problem, brother. Yeah, man. Honestly, at the end of the day, I understand why he was angry. What he did, though, was, like, completely unjustifiable. The yelling is totally fine. I'm fine with all that. The yelling and all that shit. But, like, you know, the girl was getting you the number and you throw something at her. Like, shut the fuck up. You're an idiot. Like, you're just there to, like, be angry. I doubt that if there were any men there that he would have had the same reaction. Weak men like this guy especially will tend to, like, back down the second that, like, an actual man is there. Doesn't even have to be a strong man. They're usually just like, oh, there's a guy there. I have to treat them differently. You know what I mean? So, you know, I would have went there. I might have yelled. I might have raised my voice. And I needed the manager's number now. Like, the manager needs to get here. I need to call corporate. Like, my child, I ordered something that with no peanuts in it, and you put peanuts in it, and my kid almost went to the hospital. You know, it's just a fucking dickhead that probably makes a lot. I think he made a lot of money, right? He was the CEO of sucking blowing cock or something like that. So yeah, man, shit happens, brother. You shouldn't have been a fucking scumbag. So there you go.